Welcome to Africa Tech. Now, as the world recovers from the global recession and organizations continue to downsize to save on operational costs, entrepreneurs are looking for creative ways to stay in business and save on cost. One of the strategies being used now is virtual staffing. That's a practice that involves hiring and management of globally dispersed personnel. Joining us today is social media strategist John Obidi. He will be talking about the advantages of virtual staffing and the tools we can use to manage virtual staff. John, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, can you tell us more? Yes, thank you. Can you tell us more about the benefits of running a virtual office besides saving cost or saving on cost?
Well, as you rightly said, the world is recovering or still dealing with the recession, and entrepreneurs today are finding ways to still maintain staff without the costs associated with them. Now, aside the obvious benefit in that it reduces cost of operations, you can also save a lot of time that staff would normally use commuting to work. In a metropolitan city like Lagos, for example, this is a really big issue. People who live on one side of town and have to live on the other side of town. Now, with the internet, you don't really have to show up in person at the office, as long as you can still deliver the same results. I mean, we have seen various applications of virtual staffing across customer care, website management and support, accounting, or whether you need a VA, a virtual assistant. People can now maintain their staff and they can all be at home as long as they have electricity and internet access.
Well, John, here's the thing. We have a lot of CEOs and entrepreneurs, business owners who have the traditional mindset. Do you think Nigeria is ready for that step based on that?
Definitely, yes. We are ready, and it's not just a matter of being ready. There are case studies of actual entrepreneurs who are using and benefiting from this model of virtual staffing. Remaining in the old mindset will not help, but we can find ways to adapt to where the world is going, right? Personally, I run an organization where all my staff, I don't even see them. I haven't seen them in 2 months, but we still get work done. We still submit our work and everything still works. I mean, what do we need? It's just internet access and electricity. And I know people are skeptical because in Nigeria, we might have some electricity challenges, but we have seen the figures, and the cost of even getting fuel for the people to work from home is cheaper than them coming to work and going back every day. So this is a model that is not just something shiny and new that people should adopt. It will save you money and it will increase productivity in the workplace. Because think about it, people leave on one side of town, they leave around 4 a.m., get to work by 7, and they are already mentally drained. They cannot give their best in that state. But if everyone could be where they are and still submit with proper internet infrastructure and electricity, we can still achieve our objectives. And our internet infrastructure has greatly improved and is still improving. We still have many miles to go, but we have come really far.
So can you tell us more about the risks? Because you've told us about so many benefits, but what are the risks attached to the virtual office?
Well, the risks will apply to a place like Nigeria, where people are not yet used to the virtual workplace environment. So you might have 1 or 2 issues with people not turning up their assignments or their work as soon as they should or as punctual as they should. But with right training and actual correct staffing, because you don't just hire anyone even though it's virtual, usually we advise that an in-person interview takes place. Understand that your staff know how they need to conduct themselves, even if they're virtual staff. They need to understand their deadlines, they need to understand their schedules, and they need to appreciate what virtual staffing is. And it doesn't mean that they are now off the hook because you can't see them in person.
Well, thank you.
And there's not really that much of a challenge. A lot of people really understand this and are moving forward with it.
Thank you very much, social media strategist John Obidi, for joining us. And Thank you very much for joining us today on Network Africa. I'm Cynthia Aaron.